everybody. Today it's again me, Paula, and our guest today is Eva. She's from Estonia, and she's right now actually volunteering in Hungary in a small village called Nagyvarjon, and we have a very special relationship because actually she's doing this volunteer work, or she's living in this village, which I lived before 2 years ago when I did my EVS in Hungary. So for me, it's a special day, and I'm very happy to have you here, Eva. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I'm very glad to be here.
Nice. So I think we directly jump in our first question. As always, how did you choose your project?
So for me, it was actually kind of weird because I was actually going to be a university student, but 2 days before pressing confirm that I'm going to the school, I actually stumbled upon a little offer that said, you can go and be a volunteer in Nagyvarjon for a year. And I was like, you know what? Why not? So I just messaged my university, sorry, I'm not coming. And here I am.
So I guess you just finished high school, didn't you?
Yes.
So you're around 18, 19 years old?
Yes, I actually turned 19 in October.
Oh, wow. So it's very brave at this young age to go abroad.
Thank you.
Good decision, I dare to say. And why did you decide exactly for this project in Hungary?
So I actually decided for this project because what I wanted to study in Estonia was kindergarten studies. And when I saw that you can be a kindergarten teacher in Nagyvarjon, I was like, why not? I wasn't really sure about studying kindergarten studies, so now I kind of am sure. So I'm glad I came here.
Oh, that's very meaningful, I think. And how was it with the COVID-19 crisis at the moment? I mean, was it more difficult to go abroad, or was it just some formulas and, of course, a test, or how was it?
Actually, I was very lucky because when I arrived in the end of August, they didn't need any tests from me or anything. And the same day I actually arrived, they closed the borders of the country. So it was very, very weird. But yeah, it was fine for me. It was really easy to come here, and I'm glad. I'm really glad it was easy for me. So.
And did you have to be in quarantine after you arrived in Hungary?
Actually, no. I was not supposed to be in quarantine. I didn't have to take any tests. So I was very lucky because the people who came after me, the other volunteers, they had to take tests and stay in quarantine for 10 days. So I consider myself very lucky.
And what was your first impression when you arrived? I guess, first of all, to Budapest with the airplane.
Well, first impression, I really like Budapest. I still like it. It's really pretty. But first impression when I arrived in Nagyvarjon, it was very hot. I've never felt so hot in my entire life. It was 30 degrees in the end of August. I was sweating. It was crazy. When I arrived in the flat, the first days I cried my eyes out because that was very shocking for me. I don't know why. Well, I guess I know because it was really different from what conditions I have back in Estonia. So yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. And were you alone the first days, or were there some other volunteers?
There was a girl from Germany. She was called, I think, Elisa. Yeah, Ellie. And she stayed with us for a week. And the day after I came also Laura and Lisa. So I don't know. It wasn't that. Yeah. So we started off on the same page basically with other volunteers.
Yeah, nice. I see. And you already mentioned a bit your accommodation. How is it, your accommodation, and where do you live?
So we live in a small village that only has 1,800 people. It's called Nagyvarjon. And here we live in a really cozy apartment. It has 2 rooms, I think. One has 3 beds, the other one has 2. And we live here, the 5 of us. It's cute. It has a cute kitchen. It has a cute, a common area, living room, whatever. Yeah, I like it. It's very cozy.
And you already mentioned one volunteer you're living with, Lisa from Germany. And are there any other volunteers as well?
Yes, right now I'm living with two girls from Estonia, Annabelle and Birgitte, and also a girl from Sweden, and her name is Amanda.
And what are they doing? I mean, are you working together?
Yes, I'm working together with the Estonian girls. They're with me at the kindergarten, but Lisa is working at the local school, and Amanda is actually working at the youth center. She's painting and helping the youth center staff.
All right. And now we come to the most interesting point, I think. What exactly do you work? Or you already mentioned you're working in the kindergarten. And what exactly are your tasks there?
So I'm a kindergarten teacher, I think, but I would rather like call myself an assistant because I don't really do the talking because I can't really speak Hungarian yet. I've been here for almost 6 months. I have learned some basic stuff. I try to learn Hungarian every day, but it's very difficult to still talk to them for me. I think I can kind of understand basically everything they're saying, but it's really hard for me to reply. But I don't know, at the kindergarten we play with the kids and do some dancing, some singing, some basic kindergarten stuff.
Very nice. And what do you like the most about your work?
I think the children, they are the cutest. I love them. They are so funny and cute, and they always hug me and kiss me. I love that. And they always sing. I love it when they sing. They sing 24/7, but really.
Nice. And you mentioned also the youth center. What are your tasks in the youth center?
So at the youth center, we kind of just chill around and talk to the youth, chill with the youth. I don't know, just hang out, I guess. And sometimes we do some community work with the other volunteers. For example, in the in the autumn, we went to the monastery and painted the benches. We have fixed up the football pitch. We do a lot of stuff around there and here.
It's very nice. I guess it's also very valuable for the village, and the people are kind of happy that you're there and doing all the stuff. That's very nice.
Yeah, the people, they love us. They always say hi to us at the store, and when we're like walking down the street, it's really cute. I love it.
Yeah, I know from my own experience, when you're volunteering, it's also the time for traveling. I don't know, is it working with COVID-19 at the moment?
Kind of. We do travel, but sadly everything is closed and you can't be outside from 8 o'clock. So we do travel. We have been to Budapest, Debrecen, all the other pretty places. But sadly, yeah, we haven't like visited any museums yet, and I hope we will once the COVID has gotten a little better. So yeah, I'm kind of sad about it, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, what you can do in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a very good attitude, being happy with this, what you have, because otherwise I think you can't stand it at the moment. And was there any travel you like the most?
Yes, I've been to Budapest twice, but I can't compare, like, I love Debrecen. Debrecen is the prettiest city in Hungary. I haven't been like in so many cities, but I love Debrecen. It's so pretty. It has so much nature inside of the city itself, and it's filled with university students. The university is gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I loved it. And I've been there for only I think 5 hours in total, and I have met so many people already. It's crazy, and we still talk. And actually, I'm going back this Thursday, so I can't wait.
Wow, nice! That's very cool. And how long will you stay there?
From Thursday until Sunday, so the entire weekend and Thursday.
Have fun, huh?
Thank you. I will.
Okay, coming back to your work, actually. I mean, you already mentioned what you liked most of it. But are there also some challenges? And if yes, how did you overcome this?
Yes, I think, well, first of all, the biggest challenge is the language. I wish I could speak Hungarian freely, but I can't. So I talk with my hands. They understand, though. It's really interesting. And I think that's the only challenge. Also, waking up at 7 a.m. to go to the kindergarten. It's really hard for me, but it's fine. I love it. I enjoy the time there, so it's worth it.
I think also in summer it's gonna be easier as well, like now in winter.
Hopefully.
And were there also some other challenges in your daily life? For example, like talking to the bus driver or in the shop or something?
Yes. Well, every day in Nagyvarosy or overall in Hungary is a challenge for us volunteers, I think, because not a lot of people speak another language, besides Hungarian. So, for example, going to the bus, it's really hard. It's not that challenging to go into the bus and talk to the bus driver. It's just when they talk to you back, they say something you don't understand. So you're just standing there like, nem értem, bocsánat. Yeah. So I think that's, yeah.
And now, let's imagine you're at dinner with some friends and, everyone is telling a funny story and so on and so forth. And which story would you choose to tell them?
Well, first of all, there are so many stories. I love all of them. They're so funny. But the first that comes into my mind is the one when, well, we are all young people. And, on the weekends, we sometimes party. We wanted to go to the pub to just, hang around and meet the people, like village people and stuff. But unfortunately, we only had an hour before the pub closed. So, and we had an hour between the youth center closed and the pub closed. So we ran home, we, partied a little, and we went straight to the pub. But unfortunately, Lisa never made it to the pub. She just laid on the street. So that's the thing that really just always pops into my head. But there are a lot of other stories also. I don't know.
Or if you want, we still have lots of time. You can tell also another story if you want.
Okay. So when I came to Hungary, my mom told me, Eva, you actually have an aunt in Hungary. And I have never spoken to her. Like, never. So the first weekends, I always went to her, and now we have become like best buddies. We always talk to each other like on the phone, and that's really crazy. She's always like, why didn't you tell me sooner you have a daughter? Like really, she's the coolest human being ever. Like really, I love my aunt. I'm so happy we really finally met, and that I don't know.
Wow, that's really impressive. And where's she living, in Budapest as well?
No, she lives in Tatabánya, which is not that far away from Budapest, but kind of far away from Nagyvarosy, so that sucks.
Wow, crazy story. Wow. Yeah. So dear listeners, if you decide to go on your volunteering adventure, maybe you find also another lost relative or something. Really?
But I think it's very common among European people to have a cousin in every European country. I don't know. It's just so funny to me.
Okay. And since you graduated just from high school, when you decided to come to Hungary, do you already now have a clearer idea what you would like to do after you return back to Estonia, I guess?
Yes, I do. I think I will still try to get into university. But another option is that I really love traveling. And this experience just really showed me what traveling is like, and how much you gain from just traveling and being a volunteer and from everything, from all of this. And maybe I will go to be an au pair in America, hopefully. But it's it really depends on the COVID situation, so I can't be really sure what I'm gonna do next year. So yeah, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. But would you say your experience in Hungary influences or narrows maybe your idea of your future plans?
Yes, 100%. I think it actually broadens them, because I've never traveled like that, went to another country and stayed there for a whole year, and that I really love that. I love meeting new people. I love being in a country where you are out of your comfort zone. So I think it really just showed me that, wow, there is actually life outside of Estonia and you have to live it.
Yeah, nice. I can relate to this. Now, we're moving already to the second last question. Okay, I mean, your voluntary service is not yet over, but do you already have a favorite song which represents your first 6 or 7 months in Hungary?
So, I have a lot of them. And I think all of them are in Hungarian because I have a lot of songs from the kindergarten and I love all of them. They're really catchy. But there's this one Hungarian song that always comes in the youth center. The artist is BSW and the name is YAAY. Yeah, like that. And I have no clue what the song means, but it's very catchy. It's really nice. So I don't know. It always reminds me of Hungary because it's Hungarian.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put it in our playlist and we can all listen to it afterwards. Also, nice to have a Hungarian song in it. To close this episode, a very big question. What does solidarity mean to you?
So I was actually like very, very scared of this question because I am so scared to answer it wrongly. But I think like solidarity, what it means to me is that there's a group of people that really like they have the common interests and it's, I don't know. I think solidarity is just meeting new people who have the common interests with you and who share the same love for traveling and I mean for everything at this point. So it's basically a group of people who love the same things you do, I think.
Very well said. Thank you so much. And with these nice words by Eva, we are closing this episode. So, yeah, thank you so much, Eva, for being here. It was very interesting. Thank you for being also our first current volunteer. And for all listeners who are interested, you can also check it out in the World Wide Web at the European Youth Portal to find maybe your next volunteering experience abroad. But for now, thank you so much, Eva.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, dear listeners. And let's hear us next week. Bye.
Bye.